This is exercise 2.7, spaced numbers. The problem reads, write nested for loops to produce the following output. This is the output that we have to produce. This problem is very similar to exercise 2.6, where we're going to be creating a number triangle, only this time the triangle is upside down, so the tip of the triangle is at the very bottom instead of the very top. And instead of the triangle being filled with numbers, we're going to fill it with spaces. So to do so, we're going to be using a nested for loop. So for int I equals 1, again, we start with 1 because the first number that we need to print out is 1. So I equals 1. I is less than or equal to 5. So we say I is less than or equal to 5 because our last number is 5, and we want to run this for loop until we reach 5. So the for loop keeps running as long as I is less than or equal to 5. And then I plus plus because we increase the numbers by increments of 1. Then inside that for loop, we're going to write another for loop. So the first for loop was for the rows. Now we're going to be doing the columns. So for int j, we're going to be using a different variable, int j. We're going to just say that it starts from 0, and j is less than or not less than or equal to, just less than. J is less than 5 minus I. Now we say this because in this for loop, we're going to be printing out all the spaces. And if you see here, I'm not including the 1. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces for 1, 3 spaces for 2, 2 spaces for 3, 1 space for 4, and no spaces for 5. So to get that, we do 5 minus I, and we get the number of spaces that we need for each row. So j is less than 5 minus I. J plus plus, because again, we're going to keep increasing by 1. Now, inside this for loop, we're going to print system.out.print, and we're going to give it an empty space. So for as long as the for loop runs, we're going to keep printing out spaces, all on the same row. Then, outside this for loop, so once you printed out all the spaces, you're going to print out the numbers. So system.out.println this time, because after we print out this number, we want to move on to the next line. So system.out.println I. And we should have the answer.